Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Nightingale Survival Guide. We have kind of like I guess, an update for this game. Instead of going into our usual, like guides and such, the devs of the game have recently released kind of like a really big roadmap in a way of an update that's coming out very soon. And I thought instead of doing a guide, we'd kind of highlight some of the changes this update is bringing because, well, let's just be honest. A lot of these guides are not going to be useful with the changes they're making. Which, you know what, early access, that's part of the game, isn't it? Now, let's just kind of go into this because it's very interesting, the things that they're bringing and changing. So, first of all, this big update is going to be called Realms Rebuilt, which I feel like is a pretty appropriate name with all the changes that they are bringing. And one of the first things that is going to be a big change is progression. They are introducing an actual progression tree, and does kind of go in here and talk about, like, right now the state is, in order to unlock like recipes and such, you have to complete quests or you have to go purchase these recipes from essence traders, and they're kind of changing that now because they felt that wasn't, like, I guess, immersive enough, which, I mean, totally fair. So instead, what's happening is that you can kind of see they have like this little image here of either, the first version of the tree or the last. We'll have to find out. But this is going to, apparently, this is what it's potentially going to look like. Where what we're going to do, how we unlock these now, is we actually use Essence itself to purchase these. No need for a trader. We just go to this progression tab that's at the top here, and then we can just purchase what we need with that essence. And there's different tiers. We can see, like, here's a tier 1, there's a tier 2, there's a tier 3, and you will need different types of that essence to buy that. So, for example, if you want items from the tier 2 list, you need to get tier 2 essence to purchase it with. Basically, it's kind of how I believe they're going to have that work. So essence, that's what we need now. And I know they kind of mentioned here too, where it's like, you're going to go, like, chop grass and rocks and sticks to get that essence. Apparently they are nerfing that, so that's not a way to get essence anymore. But it sounds like they're going to kind of balance that by offering more at points of interest, as well as probably offering it through quests and challenges. And I think their goal here is that they want to it says that they want to reduce the overall grind for essence, which is good because I don't want to chop like a bajillion trees or, do like whatever this. I would like to get essence in a more meaningful way. So it looks like they're kind of trying to push that. And the other side of that is they're also changing augmentations. Now, normally, when you put an augmentation, attach it to like a crafting bench that unlocks more recipes, they're doing away with those now. At least in the terms of, like, it unlocking recipes. It looks like any kind of recipe we need is going to be probably unlocked with essence. Excuse me. And instead, augmentations are now just going to be just buffs, basically, for the crafting process. Which is great because I kind of always felt like that's what augmentations should be anyway. Like, less like unlocking new recipes and more just like giving you a buff. So that's kind of like a really big difference and really going to change a lot of the gameplay as a whole, in my opinion. Now, they're also talking about this structure limit. I haven't hit this limit myself. It hasn't been a problem for me, but I know the builders out there, I'm sure you've been fighting with this. Well, they are increasing that limit. So with that, it looks like they're saying here, they're simplifying the system to 2 limits instead of 3. And it says the first limit is how many individual pieces you can have in a structure. That has now been increased, says here, to more than triple what it is right now. And the second, it says, is a realm-wide weight limit that includes both building pieces and freestanding structures like workbenches. So if a player approaches the new limit, you'll basically get a little warning like, hey, you're close to getting to the limit, which is helpful. So I guess that just means the way that they've shifted the balance, they basically shifted it a little bit. So hopefully that means, building is a little bit more free for those who love to build. I know I kind of want to get into to that myself. I haven't really allowed myself to yet. But, hopefully that's some better news for the builders out there. And I think they mentioned somewhere, too, that, like, they're going to be giving a new tile set. Yeah, I think it's actually right here. So there's a new tile set. There's a Regency tile set, too. So some new things to make and play around with. Now there is some bad news here in terms of people who have already like basically completed the game more or less. Now the changes here are so like deep into the the code really that they're going to have to reset the realm. So basically, if you want to play the game, you're going to have to make a new character. Um, and they did say here that like you can continue to play on like your current realm, but you're not gonna it's not gonna be supported. I don't think they're gonna have like any new um content for that, from what I understand. But so it's basically, if you want to play the game and just continue to receive the new updates, you're gonna have to make a new character for that. And there is a little note right here as well that says, for players who have unlocked Twitch drops, there will be available to claim. These will be available to claim again in the Realms Rebuilt update. So basically, if you do have items like that, you'll get them. You're not going to lose them, so don't worry about that. But yeah, so they have that, and then there's a few of these other things as well. If you participated in the big event that happened, the Spark of Hope, it sounds like all those things will be there and unlockable in your progression tab. So that's kind of nice. Now, I did mention a tile set before, which is right here, the Regency tile set, which, I mean, who doesn't love a good Regency tile set, right? So you're going to have like this really nice looking different, architecture and colors and all that to work with, which is really, really cool looking. You can make some beautiful homes with that. I can't wait to see what people do with that. And then basically the update here goes on with like bringing in some new weapons. They're going to be doing some more magic stuff, bringing in the bows, which is always nice. And then they're bringing updates for those, so that's good. We always need that. Some beautiful weapons. Can't wait to see what these actually look like. But just the concept art alone, like these are gorgeous weapons. Very exciting, very interesting to kind of see how all those perform. They are bringing in this gun here called the Refined Revolved, which apparently was used to be called the Colt Pistols. So that is that now. And then they also have added some new spells, which sounds pretty fun. And I think that's basically about it. I think they're going to have like another little deep dive into what this update is going to bring. But that's kind of just some of the major things that you can expect. And this is something that's like, that they've been cooking on for a little while. So we should see it pretty soon. Not sure how soon, but we're getting close there. So let me know what you guys are thinking. I know obviously having to restart a character could be pretty annoying, especially if you've already like built a beautiful home or you've progressed deep in the game. But based on like this new progression system, it might be a little bit nicer, I guess, a little bit more fluid based on what they have right now. But let me know what you guys are thinking about this. Yeah, and then if there's another update next week, I will let you guys know. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep surviving and keep thriving.